there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a 1992 Honda Prelude with super handling. Not all-wheel drive, it's front-wheel drive, but super handling in this vehicle means four-wheel steering. Yes, 30 years ago, four-wheel steering in a Honda Prelude, and guess what? It actually still works. How impressive is that? The car weighs 2,840 pounds and is powered by a 2.2-liter inline four-cylinder, making 133 horsepower and 150 pound-feet of torque. Unfortunately, this version does not have the 5-speed manual. We got a 4-speed automatic, but let's see how this bad boy drives. We're in a little Honda time machine. 90s front-wheel drive Hondas. What we all love, right? I love old school Honda interiors because my dad had an early 90s Honda Accord when I was growing up, and just fond memories of that. It's very simple, very plain, not luxurious at all, but purpose-built, function over form, if you will. Oh man, these brakes. Going almost all the way to the floor to get this thing to stop. And this is not the VTEC version, by the way. The VTEC version makes about 50 more horsepower than this base trim. Brake test. Oh man. These are extremely not confidence-inspiring brakes. These are, yeah, these are pretty mushy. A lot of pedal travel to get this car to stop, and not firm at all. This is like you're pushing into a pillow is what it feels like. Steering is super light. There's actually a decent amount of feedback, but it's not very accurate. And you have to remember that this is also a 30-year-old car with 121,000 miles. Not too much for a 30-year-old car, but things aren't going to be as tight when a car is old. Like, oh my god, these brakes are really surprising. Giving it the beans, 6,500 RPM red line. All right, this makes my silent FRS feel fast. This is good, man. This is good. I like the I love that 90s feel. You have such good visibility, big windows. The car feels very light on its feet. I mean, 2,800 pounds. Very nimble. Making some strange noises. Nice supple suspension. Comfy cruiser. I like it. This car is great. I'm surprised how good this car is for 30 years old. It corners pretty flat. It's not overly sprung. Yeah, this is great, especially for 30 years old. This is very impressive. Not getting terrible torque steer when I'm giving it the beans either, which isn't all that impressive. I mean, you're making 133 horsepower, 150 pound-feet of torque. Steering accuracy definitely lacking, but I like that I'm getting some feedback. Oh, there we go. Got a bit of tire chirp. Now the steering ratio speed is somewhat slow, yet the car is still very darty, which is interesting. If I hit a bump, the car is quick to change direction, get a little bit unsettled. Very jerky shifts. Yeah, this car does not really, it's more of a comfy kind of cruiser to be enjoyed at 5/10, but you start pushing it to 7/10, it just crumbles. And there's not much feedback. You can't really tell where the limit of grip is. It's a little bit floaty. The brakes do not inspire any confidence whatsoever. But this is a great GT kind of cruiser car. It's a lot of fun. And that fits the character, right? The steering ratio is super slow. You have this lazy 4-speed transmission that's automatic slush box. You got, you know, non-VTEC engine that goes to 6,500 RPM. It's not trying to be a hardcore sports car. It's trying to be a sporty looking GT car. At least that's how it feels to me. Now with the super handling, the 4-wheel steering, I'm not sure whether that actually, at low speeds, it turns in the opposite direction, which helps with a tighter turning radius. But in higher speed, what modern cars do, modern Porsches as an example, is the back wheels will turn in the same direction for increased high-speed stability. These wheels need to be balanced. Getting a lot of shake in the wheel, steering wheel. In this car, I'm not sure. And if I'm being honest, when I was going on those twisties, I couldn't tell a difference with the 4-wheel steering. The whole car felt a little bit floaty and slightly disconnected, if I'm being honest. I love this has the ABS sign because ABS was a big deal back then. So cool, man. This is a straight time machine. Straight time machine. It's even got that cloth that's so classic from early 90s era Hondas. Yeah, this is just like my dad's Honda Accord. How cool. Overall, this 92 Honda Prelude is a comfy cruiser that looks good. It has the nice sports car proportions. And even though it's not a true sports car, it's a GT, it's a little bit too softly sprung, a little bit, not quite wet noodle, but not a very stiff chassis, and kind of floaty. So it's not gonna be rewarding when you're driving it hard, but if you wanna just be cruising and driving it at 5/10 or lower, this is a great car. And very impressive that Honda was able to make this back in the early 90s. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Much love, my friends. Subscribe if you haven't already. If you're in the San Diego, LA, or Las Vegas area and you want me to review your car, then please do get in touch. Much love, and I'll see you guys in that next one.